Pag-usapan naman natin ang mas malalaking storya natin on social media. Umpisahan natin sa mabigat, which is ontime.com, why the all eyes on Rafa AI post is going viral on social media. So ilang araw na rin nating nakikita to, no, Lord?
Okay. All eyes on Rafa kasi ito yung piniprepare na i-assault ng Israeli military, yung military. At ito medyo nabitin sila kasi nag-threaten ang Amerika na kapag hindi nyo pa pinayos yan, pag marami mga innocent civilians sa madadamay, puputulin namin ang military support ninyo at least for, no? Ngayon, ano ba kaiba ng AI post? What does an AI post mean, Denise Tan?
Parang ang nakasulat kasi dito is may mga nafe-filter, no, or sinesensor daw sa mga social media platforms. And that is the reason, one of the reasons kung bakit pinili nilang mag-post ng isang, o gawin itong AI post na to for Rafa.
Okay. So AI post, itong mga ito kunyari ay...
Parang hindi yung real photo of the area of Rafa.
Kasi hindi mo pwede i-censor yan. Okay. Pero yan ba ay... Sorry, Denise, pabalik nga doon.
Go.
These are ano ba to? Mga container trucks ba sila? Mga tao?
Actually,
tents?
Mukha siyang tents.
Mukha siyang tents.
Oo.
Okay.
Kasi 'di ba ito yung mga yung mga displaced Palestinians na nasa Rafah ngayon.
Actually, mas orderly, mas organized pa yan kaysa sa actual Rafah. Ngayon, alam natin, talaga, the whole place is a mess. At inihintay na lang na talagang pasukin na talagang durugin ng mga Israeli military yung lugar. Pero, okay, ito ay part ng tinatawag, of course, internet activism pa rin. At kasi sinasabi nila na yung tinatawag nilang Arab Spring was based mostly on Twitter, no? Nagsimula siya sa Twitter at from there, kumalat na sa panahon ng mabilis na komunikasyon, kumalat na sa ibang bahagi, halimbawa, ng Middle East at ng Arab nations.
So, ayan. Kaya everybody really has been showing their support and to make sure nga na hindi basta-basta matitake down yung kanilang post at mapapansin ito, mapapanindigan nila yung post nila, they are using this AI photo na.
Oo. Pero that assumes may alam ka na ng konting background kung ano yung Rafa at kung ano yung sitwasyon doon.
Well, yun that's what we would hope for kung may makita tayo nagpo-post ng ganito.
Oo.
Hindi yung...
Kasi paano kapag medyo ignorante doon sa issue at nakita, ay may bagong pelikula, All Eyes on Rafa. Parang Ten Commandments, di ba, yung feel niya.
Yung pagkakagawa pa naman nung picture and yung placing ng tents. Parang nga, papasok.
Ang feeling ko sana, ang mga nasa SOCMED, at least kagaya mo, no? Yung from mere curiosity, makapag-deep dive sila at para maintindihan nila, hindi lang gano'n ka-black and white at gano'n ka-simple yung mga issues. Kasi may pinanggagalingan ang Israel, may pinanggagalingan din mga taga-Palestine. At hindi ito issue simple who's the bad guy or who's the villain at sino yung mga good guys. No? May mahabang kasaysayan na ito at baka magulat kayo sa complexity ng problema.
At sa haba, no? Na ang tagal-tagal na nitong diskusyon na to, actually.
At baka magulat kayo na, okay, kung marami pa nga hindi nakanood ko niya rin ng Schindler's List. Hindi familiar sa mga ganun. Pero sana hindi lang simpleng to at mawawala yung attention kapag nag-die down na yung trend.
Ayan din ang... that's what we're hoping for also for our next story, which is on a much lighter note. And back here at home on Philstar.com, golden bronze for Alas Pilipinas.
What is a golden bronze, Denise?
Well, we did get the bronze medal para sa ating AVC Challenge Cup. It is the first podium finish para sa Philippine team. So we are considering this, of course, as a huge win, a big win for Philippine volleyball. Dahil alam naman natin na konting-konti lang yung panahon na nagsama-sama sila, yung ensayo that they were complete. But they took down Australia in just 3 sets. A very dominating third set as well. 25-7 lang yung naging score doon. And here's what the captain, Gia Morado de Guzman, said on their win.
So we went in this game not expecting anything. We went in this tournament not expecting anything. And now we're going home with a medal. And it's been years, decades since the last medal. So sobrang thankful lang talaga kami. And we're really hopeful. We're really looking forward to more preparations for the upcoming tournaments.
Yun. Not bad. So, ang bronze siya, pero isa siyang bronze na talagang much deserved at kumikinang.
Yes.
Oo.
At importante yung ano, no, because we were talking about this, nung nasa semifinals, itong Alas Pilipinas, it was a huge feat already because it has been 63 years since the last time na nagka-semifinals itong Philippines. And then the last gold that we won was actually in 1993 SEA Games yon. And then the last bronze that we won naman was also back in the SEA Games in 2005. Dito rin yun sa Manila. Yung SEA Games na yon.
Pero SEA Games medyo maliit lang din.
Yes, oo.
Ito, Asian. So talagang mas matitindi.
Exactly.
Hindi lang Asian kasi may Australia. Pero may Kazakhstan pa, no? Tama. Well, so matindi at considering for A-team na 8 days lang.
Correct.
Nakapag-ensayo.
Oo.
Ano ba yung average length, number of days para mag-gel ang isang volleyball team?
Alam mo, Lord, honestly, ang hirap sabihin kasi in different competitions and different years, nakikita natin na it depends minsan kung may iba-ibang commitment, different players.
Ay?
Kasi huhugutin mo yan either for their collegiate teams or their professional teams. So it really varies from year to year kung yung gaano kahaba yung preparation time.
Are you saying, Denise Dan, parang professional basketball din?
Parang comparable yung nagiging sitwasyon nila.
So, ano lang sport ng Pilipinas na may isa talagang intact na talagang ito lang yung ating national team and they will train from this age hanggang sila ay tumanda at maging abo na lang o kasing tanda ni Juan Ponce
Parang mas
Enrile.
nakikita natin yan for individual sport athletes. Mga weightlifting, boxing, yan, mas nakikita natin. Pero if you're talking about team sports, again, kasi merong mga pro leagues o kaya collegiate leagues na halo-halo sila kasi bubunutin mo from different teams eh. Lalo na ngayon, sumisikat na rin yung our athletes are playing in another country. So if you're gonna invite them or you're gonna ask them to join the team, syempre, you would also have to consider yung commitments nila with the foreign teams. Kung kailan sila makakauwi, kung kailan sila makakapag-ensayo.
At yung popularity ng volleyball, kinento ko kay Denise kanina. Sa isang gasoline station, may dalawang mga macho na mga manong. Magugulat ka. Nanunood sila sa cellphone ng volleyball match kahapon.
Yeah.
At sa kanila ko nabalitaan na tinalo natin yung Australia for the second time. At alam nila na malakas ang Vietnam at ang Kazakhstan. Oo.
Actually, back-to-back, Vietnam at Kazakhstan din yung naglaban sa finals in last year's Challenge Cup. So, again, napalaban rin talaga ang
Para
Philippines.
PBA finals lang pala.
Boom! Malalaman natin yan kasi wala pang Game 7.
Wala pang Game 7. Pero hulaan mo kung sino mga naglalaro.
Yan ang pag-uusapan natin. Pero ito, yun nga, the Alas...
Pero golden age talaga to for Philippine volleyball.
Yes,
So,
oo.
At sana magtuloy-tuloy ito, no? Kasi pag naging anticlimactic, paano pag sumobrang sikat ng professional volleyball at yung mga players na wala na ng oras mag-training para sa Philippine team?
Hindi, kailangan nga. Yun nga yung kailangan i-manage, no? The scheduling and the commitment. Pero ito nga, the Alas women also know how to have fun. Malamang nakikita natin.
Uminom ba sila pagkatapos?
Hindi, pero after their victory, they showed off their dance moves on the court with Binis hit Pantropico. Ano yun?
Pinapractice ba yan or nagkataon lang na everyone knows the same choreography?
Siguro na pag-usapan na nila. Oo, na if they have a chance. Hindi natin alam, no? That is yet to be confirmed. Pero lahat sabay-sabay at lahat alam each beat, each step. So mukhang napag-usapan.
May impression ako na ang mga volleyball players magagaling sumayaw. Huwag ka
Well,
magalala, hindi kita mapasayaw eh. Oo.
Okay. Ako yung exception to the rule.
Exception. Kasi halimbawa, may mga fencers na magagaling sumayaw. Basketball players din magagaling sumayaw. Mga boxers magagaling sumayaw. Kasi yung nature ng sport nila.
Yung footwork. Pero ito, speaking of basketball, the Bolts send Kings to knockout duel. That's the headline on philstar.com. Alam natin na magkakaroon ng Game 7 and that will be between the Gen Kings and the Bolts. Game 7 dahil nga 3-3 sila sa semifinals, and this will be the first matchup since the 2017 decider dun sa Philippine Arena. That was back, that was what? 8 years ago? No, 7 years ago. Tapos yun yung meron tayong record crowd na 54,000.
Really?
Oo, 54,086 yung total. Oh,
So,
yan.
abangan natin yan. Ang laro pala ay sa San Jose, Batangas. Tama ba?
Sa San Jose, Batangas. Dadayo tayo.
Magko-cover ka ba dyan?
Hindi.
Medyo malayo-layo yan.
Malayo-layo yan. Hindi pa natin kayang abutin.
Hindi yan ganun kalayo.
Yung San Jose?
Oo. Kasi, startol, tapos i-exit ka ng Lipa, medyo nandun ka na. Mas malayo pa pumunta sa Alitagtag.
Alit. Pero ito may interesting kasi sobrang match talaga nung dalawa, no?
Sige nga, bigyan mo kami ng sa mga hindi masyadong updated na sa basketball line.
Nag-tie kasi sila 1-1 and then nakakuha ng panalo Meralco, nag 2-1, tinay ulit ng Ginebra at 2-2, and then Ginebra won Game 5. So it was a 3-2 advantage by Ginebra. Tapos tinay ulit ng Meralco at 3-3, forcing a Game 7.
Sino-sino mga major actors sa mga teams? Halimbawa, baka marami nag-aakala na si Sonny Jaworski pa rin ang coach ng Ginebra.
Well, Christian Stan, the Hardinger, of course, Japeth Aguilar, Scotty Thompson, but si Stan has been incredible. There was a game back in, I believe that was Game 2 where he scored 41, 42 points na talagang siya lang yung umrangkada. But on the other side, syempre, you also have players like Raymond Almazan, you have Alain Maliksi, you have also Bong Quinto, Chris Newsome. So marami, nagsasagutan talaga sila. That will be a very good game for the fans sa San Jose, Batangas for Game 7.
Naalala ko, Denise, first time ko na-meet si Scotty Thompson. Sa isang event ito, no? News 5 event. Medyo marami tayong na happy noon na patumbang bote. Pinakilala ni Ma'am Shena Olaso si Scotty Thompson sa akin. Ang nasabi ko lang sa kanya, "Sir, I think you're the greatest basketball player of your generation."
Anong sagot niya?
Cute. Nakaganon siya eh. Galing sa akin iba yung mga kilos nito, Scotty Thompson.
A very humble guy too.
Talaga.
Kaya naman ang gusto natin sa mga players natin, especially the ones that will be playing sa San Jose, Batangas ulit. So that will be a treat for the PBA fans. Ito parang 50-50. Sa iba, it was a treat. Sa iba naman, parang medyo nadehado sila on Sunstar Cebu. DepEd 7 to probe 4 a.m. grad rights in Lapu-Lapu City.
Ang DepEd 7 ba ay yung DepEd Region 7 ng Department of Education, Denise?
Oo.
Tama, ano?
Oo. So, ang pinag-uusapan nila dito is the Lapu-Lapu or the Public National High School that held its junior high school graduation ceremony at Hoops Dome at 4 a.m. nung Wednesday.
Oo. Teka.
Oh!
May 29. Kahapon lang yan.
Kahapon.
Tama, diba?
Yes.
So, 4 a.m. Ngayon magtataka ka, sinong ungas ang mag-iisip na mag-hold ng graduation ceremony at 4 in the morning? Hindi pa to gising ang mga aso niyan.
Hindi kasi may DepEd Memorandum 23 actually that says na dapat by June tapos na yung mga graduation rites. Now, what they're saying is wala daw schedule dun sa Hoops Dome. Kasi 29, 30, 31 na lang yung schedule na po pwede, no? Tapos ang naging open na slot is 4 a.m. on the 29th. Kaya dun isiningit yung graduation rites.
Okay, kasi may netizen na nag-post. Paano nalaman? Of course, SOCMED pa rin, social media. Hello, DepEd Philippines. Is it proper and formal to commence a moving up ceremony at 3 a.m.? So, okay, Pero ito bang humirit na to, part siya ng... Umattend ba siya ng seremonyas na yun?
Hindi rin
Or
klaro,
isa lang sa mga... Kasi, okay, bakit nga ba nagkaroon ng ganun? Maliban sa hinahabol nila, ang call time doon ng graduation ceremony is 3 a.m. Okay, kasi ganun karami pala, 1,500 junior high school graduates kahapon at dumami pa raw. Significant number of completers. Biruin mo. 1,500 dati, 1,512. Hindi. Compared to last year's one. Kaya naman binistan. Tapos, may issue rin sila doon sa availability ng venue.
Yes, oo. Nandun nga lang daw available at 4 a.m.
Oo. Ngayon, maraming umaangal, maraming kumukuha ng sides, pero may ibang sumusuporta naman sa ganong kaagang graduation. Denise. Example.
Hindi, madami nga nagsasabi na sakto daw kasi hindi naman, halo-halo pero may nagsasabi na hindi naman mainit, diba? Tapos na kagad, walang traffic papunta.
Oo. Ang Hoops Dome daw kasi, marami ring graduation na nakaschedule doon. So, kumbaga, pinilit isingit yung schedule. Ngayon, pag ganun, ang medyo puputokan dyan, yung head ng school, bakit hindi nyo ba pinlano na maaga-aga?
In advance, that's correct.
Bagay na ito. At yung Hoops Dome lang ba ang venue para pwede mag-graduate?
Well, depende kasi baka they're also working with a certain budget.
Pwede rin. Pero Denise, may mga umu-okay naman dito, di ba? Sabi na, hindi raw ganun kainit, walang traffic. Sabi mo kanina. Kaso saan ka kukuha ng makeup artist ng ganun kaaga?
Yun na nga, di ba? Ito pa, ang sabi, mukhang nagmadali dan daw ang organizers because of a DepEd memo that says end of school year, yung binanggit natin kanina, should be done from May 29 to 31. And organizers said venue was hard to secure and may gagamit pa ng venue after that.
Sino kayang gagamit ito? School graduation din?
So yun yung iba sa mga rason din anong eskwelahan at nadinig na rin naman natin at tambasan na natin kung ano yung mga sinasabi ng mga netizens. But speaking of netizens, all over social media now is SB19 at madaming natuwa dyan. First, SB19 has hit 1 million followers on Instagram. And as for the mapanakit na hugot singer, Moira, she just made history as the first Filipino soloist and female artist to hit more than 2 billion streams on Spotify. So congratulations to SB19 and to Moira.
Ano ibig sabihin ng mapanakit na hugot?
Kasi di ba yung mga kanta niya, parang dart sa heart, mga ganon.
Dart sa heart?
Yung mga saktong tatamaan ka talaga, ganyan.
Dahil ba yun sa mga lyrics or sa boses niya? Yung delivery niya, di ba?
Feeling ko it's the,
di ba siya yung parang humihinga lang?
It's the lyrics eh. Oo, feeling ko it's the lyrics. Nadadala lang talaga ng boses.